Hi everyone, my name is Rio Adriano Arifin and my student ID is 2023 32 and 007. Today I'm going to walk you through a simple yet functional web form that I created as part of my web programming course. This project demonstrates how we can use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build an interactive form with validation. Okay, let's take a look for the code. Okay, let's start from the beginning. The goal of this project is to create a responsive web form where users can input their personal information, such as their name, student ID, hometown, favorite professor, date of birth, favorite character, and even their favorite AI. Once the user submits the form, the system will validate the inputs. If any field is missing or invalid, an error message will appear. If everything is correct, the submitted data will be displayed above the form for confirmation. To achieve this functionality, I use a combination of HTML, Bootstrap for styling, and JavaScript for validation. Okay, let's break down of the code structure. At the top of the head here, we include the Bootstrap CSS framework using this line. This line links the Bootstrap library to our project, allowing us to use its pre-designed styles and components. Bootstrap makes it easy to create responsive layouts and ensures that the form looks professional across different devices. Okay, below the body tag, I added a watermark in the bottom right corner of the page. This watermark serves as a signature indicating that the project was created by me. The position is fixed to ensure that the watermark stays in place even if the user scrolls down the page. Okay, let's examine the main content of the page. First, there is page title. Inside div class container, there is bold, then centered. Here, text centered to make the text horizontally, while FW bold makes it bold. The MB5 adds margin at the bottom to create spacing between the title and the form. Then the second one, we adding the alert system. There is an alert box defined but initially hidden. This alert box is used to display error message when the form validation fails. The dnone here, the dnone class hides the alert by default and JavaScript will dynamically show it when needed. Okay, the third one is result container. Just above the form, there is a container where the submitted data will be displayed. This result container result container is initially empty, but will be populated with alert showing the user's input after successful submission. Each piece of data is displayed as an informational alert, makes it easy for users to review their input. Okay, let's take a look at the form field. Okay, row 1, name and student ID. In this row, users are prompted to enter their name and student ID. The input name field use the type text attribute, while input name use type number to ensure only numeric values are entered. Okay, the next one is row number 2 is for hometown, favorite professor, and date of birth. This row includes 3 fields. At first, a text input for the user hometown. Second one is a drop-down menu select for selecting their favorite professor. Then the third one is date picker with the type date for entering their date of birth. Okay, next we go to row number 3 is for favorite character and favorite AI. This row allows users to input their favorite character and AI. These fields are optional but add a fun touch to the form. Okay, now let's take a look about the most important part, the JavaScript validation logic. Okay, when the users click the submit button, there is many process. First one is reset previous alert. Here, as you can see, from here, before validating, the script clears any previous alert to avoid clutter. Then the second one, validate each field. The script checks if each field is filled correctly. If a field is empty, an error alert is displayed and the focus shifts to that field. Then the third one, display success message. If all fields are valid, the submitted data is displayed in a series of informational alerts. Additionally, a success alert confirms that the data has been submitted successfully. Alright, let's see the form in action. Okay, first, here's how the form looks when you open it. As you can see, it's clean and user-friendly with fields for entering personal information like your name, student ID, your hometown, then the favorite professor, the date of birth, favorite character, and the favorite AI. Okay, now let's start filling out the form. I will begin by entering my name in the first field. My name is Rio Adriano Arifin. Okay, before filling out the rest of the field, let's try submitting the form directly to see what happened. Okay, as expected, an alert pops up notifying us that some fields are still empty and need to be filled in. This is part of the validation process to ensure all required fields are completed. Okay, now let's go ahead and fill in the remaining fields. For the student ID, here's my student ID. And then we try again. As you can see, the alert is displayed again. Then the hometown is Semarang. My favorite professor. Then date of birth. My date of birth is 2005 June. Date 21. Okay, my favorite character is Wise, and the last one, my favorite AI is Quen AI. Okay, once on the field, I will click the submit button once again. Okay, now what happened? A series of alerts appear displaying each piece of data we entered step by step. This allows users to review their inputs before final confirmation. Okay, finally, after all the data has been displayed, a success message appears, confirming that the form has been submitted successfully. And that's how the form works. It's interactive, user-friendly, and ensures all inputs are validated before submission. Okay, let's move on to the second version of the coding. In this updated version, I made some improvement and changes to enhance the functionality and user experience. Okay, let me explain what's new. First, one of the major changes is the integration of the Sweet Alert 2, a modern JavaScript library for creating a beautiful and interactive alerts. Instead of using plain bootstrap alerts, Sweet Alert 2 provides more visually appealing and user-friendly notification. For example, error message now appears as pop-up dialogues with icon, titles, and descriptive text. Okay, for the appearance of the form remains same as before, as you can see here. Okay, so the coding is also the same. So let's move directly to the form validation logic. Okay, in the first version, validation errors were displayed directly on the page using Bootstrap alert. In the second version, I replaced this with Sweet Alert 2 pops up. If a field is empty, a Sweet Alert 2 dialog appears with a clear error message such as nama belum diisi or name has not been filed. After successful validation, the submitted data is displayed step by step using Sweet Alert 2. Each piece of data is shown one at a time in a series of informational dialog. This creates a smooth, interactive experience where users can review their input step by step before receiving a final success message. In the second version, I added a prevent default here to the form submission process. This prevents the page from reloading when the users click the submit button. After all the data is displayed successfully, the form is automatically reset using document query selector form.reset. This help to clear all input field, making it ready for the next submission. Then Sweet Alert 2 allows customization of alert buttons, colors, and behavior. For example, as you can see at right here, error message use a red button, success message use a green button, and informational message use a blue button. Okay, let's move on the second version of the coding. As you can see, the appearance of the form remains the same as the first version. Nothing has changed visually. The key difference in this version lies in the alerts. Okay, let me show you how it works. First, let's test the alerts. If we try to submit the form without filling in all the fields here, okay, a cool and visually appealing pop-up alert appears. This is much more attractive and user-friendly compared to the plain alerts in the first version. Okay, then now let's fill all the fields. For the name, my name is Rio Adriano Arifin. Okay, let's submit. Same as before, error pop-ups will appear. Okay, next, my student ID, my hometown, my favorite professor, and then my date of birth. Date of birth is 2005 June 29. Okay, my favorite character is Wise, and then favorite AI is Quen AI. Okay, once all the field are filled, okay, now let's click the submit button. Okay, a series of pop-up alert appears, displaying each piece of data step by step. Okay, as you can see, the first pop-up shows my name. My name is Rio. Then next one is display my student ID, and next one, and so on for each field. Okay, finally, after all the data has been displayed, a success pop-up appears confirming that the form has been submitted successfully. Okay, so that's it for the second version of the project. By upgrading to Swift Alert 2 and improving the validation logic, we are able to create a more interactive and user-friendly form. These changes demonstrate how small updates can significantly enhance the overall user experience. We've successfully built a web form with a validation using HTML, Bootstrap, and JavaScript. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for watching and bye bye.